Hello children, welcome back with another session of SST. So we'll start a new chapter, that is maps, our guides. Okay, so let's begin. So in the previous chapter we have studied about the globe and its advantages, isn't it? So globe is the model of the earth and different advantages we have studied. Now however children, like when we talk about the globe, so there are certain limitations in using it. Okay, so what are the limitations? First, like carrying a globe is very difficult. Yes, like as sometimes the globes are heavy, we cannot carry it everywhere. It's not so flexible. Okay, secondly, if you see, like it occupies a lot of space. Now you see, you cannot fold the globe or keep it somewhere, like wherever, like at a corner. If you keep it, like it occupies a certain space. All right, so you can, it's not so much flexible that you can fold it or keep it somewhere and you can carry it somewhere. It's not easy, sir. Like thirdly, like detailed information cannot be shown on a globe. Now you see children, if you just move the globe, you will see just only the continents and the oceans and names of the countries, like it's a given there. So detailed information we cannot see on a globe. Okay, just the outer portion of it, just the boundaries and areas that we can see. That's it, nothing much more than that. Okay, and lastly, it is not possible to see all the parts of the earth's surface at the same time. Yes, so only, as we know, like only one portion is seen at a time, and we need to rotate it, we need to move it to see the another portion, another half. So it's not that we can see together everything in front of us. We need to move and we need to rotate it and we need to check it. Okay, so these are the certain limitations of a globe. Now whereas if we see maps, now how maps are like important. Now on the, if we like compare it with a globe, like maps do not have all these limitations. Okay, and what is a map? Now a map is a two-dimensional drawing of the earth or a part of the earth on a flat surface. Okay, it's a drawing on a flat surface, on a paper also. So mostly we get it on a paper, isn't it? So but now the question comes, like who is the one who makes or who prepares the map? So one who prepares a map is called a cartographer. And if you see the different advantages of the maps, now these maps, they give more specific and detailed information in compared to the globe. Now particularly, it's not that we will get the overall continents and oceans only in the form of maps. If we want, we can get particular countries maps, we can get particular states maps, certain areas. So it gives us more specific and detailed information, states, towns, cities, everything, like which are the rivers. Okay, all of it we can see area wise. Okay, on a small scale as well as on a large scale. Now next is, like they are very easy to carry. Yes, as you know, like maps, these are it comes the piece of paper. We can easily fold it, we can carry it. If we keep it inside the book, if we keep inside the copy, or else if we can keep like in our pockets, we can easily carry it. Okay, now along with all this, if we see like the bigger maps, the maps which are like hung on the wall, so those maps can be easily folded, as well as we can roll it and carry it. Okay. So these are like different advantages of maps if we compare it with a globe. Alright, now children, along with all this, another important information, like I guess you have seen an atlas. So atlas is basically, it's a book containing different kinds of maps in one particular place. It's a book, so where not only the world map, the country Indian map, along with different other types of maps, you will get it over there. Okay, so it's a book containing maps, and that's called an atlas. Alright, now children, when we talk about these maps, so there are like different types of maps. on the basis of information provided, now all these maps are classified into following categories. Now if you see the categories, which are the one? Firstly, we have the political map, then we have physical map, next we have vegetation map, then we have population map, and lastly we have climatic maps. So we'll discuss all of it one by one. So first of all we have, that is the political map. Now children, what is this political map? Now these political map, it shows the boundaries of the continents, countries, states and districts. Okay, now it also shows different capitals of different states, countries, all this, and also different important cities and towns. Often you will see like they are painted in different colors, so we can see them better. Alright, so all this, as you can see in the picture, along with all this we can also they also show us different roads, different cities, major water features such as oceans, rivers and lakes, name of it, all these things we get it in a political map. Now next we have, that is a physical map. Now what is this physical map? Now a physical map shows the physical features such as like mountains, rivers, valleys, plains, plateaus, lakes and seas, all these things. Now these physical map, it is also called a relief map. It is also called a relief map. Now you see guys, like the topographical features of the country are quite varied. We have lots of things, isn't it? So to help the topographical features, all these rivers, valleys, plains, plateaus, all these physical map has been made. So it's very useful for understanding the topographical features such as mountain, rivers, valleys, plains, whatever we have, all these things. Okay, next we have, that is the vegetation map. Now a vegetation map, it shows the type of the vegetation, different crops, different forest, grasslands, trees, and along with all these their distribution in an area. So in which area, which like the quantity of forest are more, grasslands are more. So it also comes with different colors, as you can see in the picture. Like it shows us different vegetation, in which area which vegetation is much more, whether in particular area forest is more, whether in another area grasslands are more, which which forests are found in which areas, all these things we get it in this vegetation map. Next we have, that is population. Now children, there is difference between political map and population map. Now what is this population map? Now population, as you know, it's the whole number of people living in a particular area, now such as a town or a city. And these population map, it helps us to see where the area is like most or least crowded. So basically if we see, like it shows the distribution of population in particular places. Okay, that's the main idea of the population map. It shows the distribution of population at different places, part by part. Alright, and lastly that we have, that is the climatic maps. Okay, now what are these climatic maps? Now these maps, they provide information about temperature, rainfall and direction of winds in a particular area. Now children, a climatic map, it provides an overview of the climatic features over a large region, and also it allows for the comparison of the climatic features in different regions. Further, it can represent the climate of a country, region, continent or the entire globe, you can call it. Okay, so these are the different types of maps that we have, and each one of it has got its particular importance. Okay, so that's all we have in this session. I hope you have liked it. So until the next time with some other topics, bye bye.